Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 10 of Ignite. A few different things coming up as I listen to people. One is we're really not used to sitting on the floor, sitting with our legs straight out in front of us. It's really challenging because we don't do it much. So if you have a floor at home, sit on your floor. During the day, when you do things, like sit down on the floor rather than sitting on a chair or the couch. And yeah, always mind your shoulders. We're going deeper and deeper into our shoulders, deeper into our inner thighs, deep hips. So go slowly, go steadily if you know that you need to mind something. Like I said yesterday, it's not about doing the movement, it's about noticing and experiencing what happens in your body as you endeavor in that direction. So come lie on the floor. Come. I have Jig and Chico here again today. So landing on the floor, knees are bent. And just reach your arms out wide and out to the side. And then lift one elbow up and put it up towards the ceiling. And draw your shoulder blade off the floor. And then place your shoulder blade down, place your upper arm down, widen into the arm. And notice how it feels different as it rests on the floor. Other side, lift the left elbow up, pull your shoulder blade off the floor, and then place it down, forearm down, arm down. And then reach into your fingers and draw your navel and your rib cage backwards. So every time you exhale, I want you to get as low to the floor with your whole body as you can. So exhaling deeply, and then inhaling into the lower belly. And as you exhale, really feel like you're flattening yourself down and into the floor. Tuck your chin in, widen into your arms. Nice, one more time. Deep breath into your belly. And then draw yourself back, flatten yourself back, widen backwards. And as we do that, we're filling into the space between our shoulder blades. We're drawing weight backwards through the back of the body, which will open through the front of the shoulders. Nice. Keeping your arms glued to the floor, really deeply steady on the floor. Begin to rock your knees from side to side, but slow the focus down. With all these movements that we do in the morning, it's not about huge gestures. It's about a consistent, steady practice. So let's practice consistently and steadily this morning with our shoulders. So staying very present to how your hands are resting on the floor, how your belly is moving, how your rib cage is moving. Now your shoulders are staying really strong and wide. Now we're going to move into gliders. And as we move into gliders, our shoulders will want to lift. So don't let them lift. Keep the focus not on where your knee goes, but keeping your shoulders on the floor. So the movement will be less into the hips, less into the rib cage, but the focus, we're really bringing it up and into the back of the body, the space between your shoulder blades, a deep space of connection. Nice, one more time. Super. So draw your left knee over towards the right. Pause there and anchor down through your shoulder even more. Like my left knee really can't rise much more. It's quite low. Typically, my left knee is quite close to my right shoulder. But because my focus is on my shoulders, it's like I'm not allowing my leg to take over. Nice. Bend your left elbow and then reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. Pull your left elbow down towards the floor. Reach your left elbow up towards the ceiling, or left hand up towards the ceiling. And then elbow down to the floor. Just try that a few times. So my right shoulder is staying really steady and it's strong on the floor. And my right shoulder is helping me lift my left hand up and then draw my left elbow back. One more time. Left hand up, left elbow back. Nice. Now you're going to lengthen your left leg and lengthen your left hand, and you're reaching above the top of your yoga mat with your hand and way down to the end of your yoga mat with your left foot. So I'm in one long line through the left side of my body. And now draw your left elbow up and back to the floor. Draw your left knee up towards your shoulder. And then lengthen. So I'm trying to notice what my rib cage is doing as I do this. I'm allowing the left side of my rib cage to get longer. Now, as I go back with my left arm, I don't have as clear a contact on the floor as I had before, but I'm moving in the direction of floor with my shoulder, and then I'm lengthening in the direction of my hand when I'm long. One more time, and pause. Reaching, 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 and then turn your head so that you're looking down along the right arm, and then bring your fingertips to the floor. And then draw a circle with your left leg. So I'm looking at my right hand, my left fingertips are on the floor, and now you're going to draw a circle with your left leg. For me, my leg is really confused doing this. It's like, what? What do you mean draw a circle? And then circle in the other direction. You're going to feel this in the outside of your bum, your inner thigh, kind of everywhere on that left leg. Come all the way back, land on the floor, and pause. Unpack your shoulders, wiggle them on the floor, settle in. Nice. Drop your knees down towards the left and draw your right knee up, keeping your right shoulder deeply on the floor. So the focus again is shoulder on the floor. My breath is deepening. I had a surge of breath into the armpit, into the ribs. I'm really softening into that settled feeling in my shoulder. Nice. Bend your right elbow and then reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. And then bring your elbow to the floor. Reach. Floor. Reach. Floor. Last one. Reach. And floor. Nice. Now we're going to lengthen. So reach your right hand above the top of your mat. Reach your right leg down towards the end of your mat. And I'm looking at where my right hand is reaching. And then bend your elbow, bend your knee into a glider. Nice. Long. Looking where your hand is. And I'm really enjoying the length into my waist, into my rib cage. So I'm leaning into the satisfaction of the longness and how it meets the back of my body. And I have this sense of the squeeze and then the reach. Squeeze and reach. So now I'm going to pause with my leg long, my arm long. Look down along the left arm, drop your head to the floor. Bring your right fingertips to the floor. And now draw a circle with the whole of your right leg. And then circle in the other direction. Oh, my bum. Roll over onto your back. Nice. Just pause there. Have that moment of a snooze where you drop inwards, that falling in on yourself. Like you're like, oh, I can just rest. And then open your eyes. Bring the soles of your feet together and bring your hands to the insides of your knees. And then imagine that you're pulling your feet towards your belly, and at the same time, you're pushing your hands away on your knees. So I feel my abdominal muscles really engage when I do this. Bring your knees together, touch the toes to the floor, and if you want to, you can lift your head up and look down towards your knees. Nice. Lowering down, hands to your knees, push your knees away with the soles of your feet together, and then toes to the floor, perhaps lift your head. Away with your knees. So I'm really wholesome with my knees as I do this. But I'm also, because there's no floor or there's no pressure, because I'm in the air, for me that's really wholesome for my knees. So I'm feeling the inner thighs lengthening, strength of my belly. One more time. Super cool. Reach down, hold on to your feet, pull your feet towards you. Pause there. And draw your shoulders away from your ears, almost like try and plant your elbows into your inner thighs. For me, my chest pops forward when I do that. And just settle in a little bit deeper. Widen into the lower back. Have that moment of a snooze. Fall in on yourself. Soften that sense of external and allow yourself to really drop into the inside. That fluffy feeling is in the center of my head of, oh, I'm just going to rest here on the pillow of this fluffiness. Oh, so interesting. Nice. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, roll into your ankles, big circles. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. So the very first day we did this. So bring your elbows wide so that your elbows are on the floor and your hands are straight up over your elbows. And then bring both fingertips to touch the floor. And then bring the backs of your hands to the floor. And let your rib cage move as you do it, and even acknowledge the movement of your rib cage. So as your hands, the nails drop to the floor, your ribs will splay. As you bring your fingertips to the floor, your ribs drop backwards. Falling into your breath, softening into the breath, down into the belly, and then do opposites. Just feeling that. So yesterday after class, Sinead and I were talking, and she said, that thing that we did where we were drying our back was a bit like a back to front country dancing. It's just so funny. Country dancing ends up everywhere. It's like, oh, there it is again, country dancing. So we're doing country dancing on the floor here. Let your head sway naturally in the direction it wants to go in. Notice that. It's typically the hand that's high that your head will begin to move towards. Nice. Release. Roll over onto your side and come up into your downward dog. So just hands on the floor, knees underneath your hips, not your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and push all the way back into your downward dog. And just find your feet, feel into your rib cage. So we did all that wonderful lengthening of our rib cage. And we're going to find that again here. So draw your right knee up onto your chest and then stretch your right leg long. But it's not necessarily up, it's long where you feel your ribs and your waist can stretch down into that right leg. My left knee is bending slightly. Bend your right knee up onto your chest and then lengthen long. Just have a sense that your leg is an extension of your waist and your belly. One more time. Bend your knee up onto your chest. Lengthen long. Nice. Foot to the floor. Other side. Lengthen the left leg long. Let it be an extension of your belly, of your ribs, of the deep, deep, deep pelvis. Bend your knee up onto your chest. Lengthen. Find your belly in this. Draw your knee up. So it's not the shape, it's that sense of, oh, there, I feel my belly reaching down into my leg. Nice. Both knees to the floor. Cat pose. So rounding your back. Arching your back, look forward. Lean into it. Nice. Bring your hands, one handprint forward. Lean slowly backwards, lengthening through your armpits. Breathe into the back of the body. Imagine that your armpits can move a little bit away from your ears and towards the floor, and that your bum is seeking to move backwards the whole time towards your heels. Breathe deeper into the back of your rib cage. Nice. Let your bum sink all the way back and then walk your hands over towards the right. And just feel the length through that armpit, the side of the body, the left shoulder. Breathe into it. Nice. Over to the other side. Walk both hands over towards the left. Lean into the right shoulder. As always, your child's pose might look really different because of your knees or because of your hips, because of your feet. So maybe you're very high, but you can still walk your hands over to the side and draw yourself into that shoulder. Nice. Come all the way back. Come sit on your bum on your mat. Grab your pillowcase, scarf, whatever it is that you have. Hold it out straight in front of you. Nice. And then slowly rising up, straight up towards the ceiling. You're not going back, you're just straight up. And then bend your elbows slowly and bring the cloth behind the back of your head. And then up. And then bring it as close to your nose as you can and down towards your chest. And imagine that you're going to rest the cloth on the front of your chest. And you lift your chest to meet it. Rising up, behind, rising up, in front. Lift your chest to meet it. Nice. In front, behind, in front, on chest. Nice. And then Dry your shoulders. So we're starting off with just our hands as it was. So we're quite high up on the shoulders. How would you dry your shoulders without? So the one we did yesterday, our hand was turned under. We're going to do that next. Okay, so my two elbows are in the same orientation. My two hands are in the same orientation. I'm just drying the back of my neck and shoulders. And then I'm going to go a little bit further. So I'm going to lengthen into one arm and bend the other a little bit more. So it's like a, a back to front bow and arrow. Nice. Now change the orientation. So keep the right hand where it is and turn the left hand so that your palm is now faced backwards and you hold on to the towel behind you. Now it's an up-down movement with the towel. Maybe side to side, diagonal a little bit. I'll just find that. And again, exaggerate the movement of stretching one arm and then bending the other. Stretching, bending. Just feel the deep of your shoulders as you do this. Nice. Change the hand. Bring the left hand up. Hold on to the thing. Sweep the right hand behind you. And then just I have to say, I love the the itchiness or this kind of like it's scratching my back in a really nice way. It's very nice. And then begin to lengthen into your arms a little bit more. Nice, release. And just roll your shoulders. Nice. So delicious shoulders. There you go. Just notice how that is. Lie on the floor. Unpack your shoulders by pulling both elbows towards the ceiling. Widen. Feel your shoulders on the floor there now. Mine feel warm and soft and steady. Drop both knees to the right. Turn your head towards the left and look down along the left arm. And almost sigh into the right side of your neck and feel the length through the side of your throat. Wiggle your eyebrows gently. And notice a shadow or a play of light on something that you're looking at right now. So I can see the shadow of my hand on the cloth. I can see that some parts of my fingers are brighter than other parts. Just see the light in front of you. Feel your throat, feel your neck. Nice. Other side. Turn, look towards the right. Knees are down towards the left. See the play of light over towards the right. Your eyes are noticing something. Wiggle your eyebrows. And just feel that through the side of the left side of your throat, the left side of your neck. Nice. Cool, guys. That was lovely. Saturday yum. We went a little bit over time there. Sorry. I'm really trying to keep to the 20 minutes, really. I'm trying to be exact. So I'll see you all tomorrow for Sunday yum on the floor. Yum on the floor. And and then as of Monday, we're going to begin to rise a little bit more. We're going to stand. We're going to start using our feet on the floor. Start standing. So have a wonderful day. I feel very nice after that. It's a pleasure to practice with you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Great. Ciao, ciao.